Morning, everyone. Just taking a little walk by the water. Let's take a look. Oh, so pretty. This is a park that's by downtown New Bern, and John and I love to come here. And I had to have some blood work drawn this morning, so I decided to come here and do my video here. And so last night, John and I were watching TV, and then it broke in to our show, and it said that there was a tornado warning, and that somebody had actually spotted a tornado, which was very close, probably within 5 miles of our place. And they were talking about hail and damaging winds, and to get in a place, and anyways, of hiding, of security. And I did not feel fear. I immediately thought, I need to just go outside and speak to the weather. So I went outside, and I prayed something that I pray a lot. And that was basically, I was standing up in the gap, and I was building up a hedge of protection around our land, our house, our home, our neighborhood, and even the city of New Bern, and our community, and North Carolina as a whole. And I love doing that. And there's a scripture in Ezekiel 22, and it's talking, the Lord is saying, I looked for someone who would stand on the wall and who would build up a hedge of protection around the land, because the people were just in disarray. And so he was looking for somebody to stand in the gap for them. And he said he didn't find anybody. And I was like, how sad that he couldn't find somebody. He looked around the world and could not find somebody to stand in the gap. And so, but as Christians, we're called to do that. And we have the authority to stand in the gap and build up a hedge. So we can do that in regards to weather. So I can pray that we're not going to have tornadoes here. We're not going to have hurricanes here. When I first moved here, somebody said to me, oh, well, you came just in time for the hurricanes. And I said, oh, didn't they tell you they've been canceled? And she was like looking at me strange. I'm like, well, I pray against hurricanes, and I can stand in the gap for my area, that I don't need to have hurricanes or storms, bad storms, damaging winds, any of those things. So I do that regularly. And there is power and authority that we have in that. But we can also do that for our families and for our communities, not just for the weather, but for relationships. When I was going to get blood this morning, and my husband was standing in the gap for me, because I've been having some issues with having them find my veins. And so I just said this morning, can you pray for me? And so he's praying for me, standing in the gap, and he's declaring that my veins are going to be good, that they're going to be able to get the blood right away. They're not going to have any issues. I'm not going to have any issues. And I didn't. And the same thing happened last night with the weather. So as I'm walking here, I can see that there's been a little bit of wind and stuff came through here. There's some leaves and stuff here in the park. But at our place, we got 1.5 inches of rain. We didn't get crazy winds. We didn't get hail. We didn't get tornado. We didn't get any of those things, because they're not supposed to be there. And I declare for our neighborhood that we're going to have gentle rains in due seasons, that we're not going to have drought, we're not going to have flooding, we're not going to have hail, we're not going to have tornadoes, we're not going to have hurricanes, we're going to have gentle breezes on a warm day, and we're not going to have scorching suns. We're going to have a warm sun that warms the day and helps the crops to grow. So I encourage you that you too can be the one that stands in the gap, stands on the wall on behalf of the people that you love, on behalf of your community, on behalf of your weather, and that you will make a difference by your prayers. I hope you have a great day. God bless you. I'm going to go and enjoy this water for a few more minutes.